I want to talk a bit about the white paper template that you put together for us. Looks pretty good so far. I like where it's going. Really, really great branding and design on this kind of stuff. We do have some functional things we need to change though. First thing on the cover here, we need to make this headline gigantic because a lot of times when somebody is looking at potentially downloading a white paper, it might be in an email and it could be a very small size. So I want to make sure that if it is a very small kind of thumbnail promotional size that you will be able to read this headline very, very easily. So I know right now the focus is on this because of the branding, but this needs to be secondary and the primary needs to be the headline and possibly the subhead. Let's go ahead and take out the author on this page because we're going to create another author page. In other words, what I'd like to do is create a page similar to this one but with a contributing author, so we can list maybe a photo, a name, and bio for different authors who've contributed, because in some cases we're hopefully going to have some big industry experts doing so. Alright, let's see what else here. Oh, social sharing links on all pages. Just want to add a share right above this, just so it's very simple and easy for people to understand what that is. So just a simple share word right there. I want to make sure this is editable so that I can always go through and change the URL that leads back to wherever it is we want to send them. But otherwise, I love, again, the whole design scheme you've developed for us. It's really fantastic. Table of contents page looks really good. I like where that's going for sure. I just want to be able to make sure that however we're doing this, that whenever we have an H1 set, that it will translate to this in the table of contents. In other words, when you're looking at a Word document, and bear with me as I open this here, 2 seconds as I go through my computer with too many windows open. A recent document we opened would be this one. You can see the way this document, well, it's really slow because I just have way too many documents open right now, so excuse me. Wow, that is taking forever. Okay. The way this Word document works, I'm not sure if there's a way to do this in Pages, but everything in this table of contents is automatically generated. Whenever I go to this, for example, I see it as styling as H1. This is also as an H1. This, you'll notice, is an H2. And what that means is H1s appear big and bold like this, H2s are a subset, H3s are a subset, and that allows us to easily create a table of contents in Word. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that in Pages, but that is what I'd like to have happen if it all could do it. Let's talk about the interior content page. This header, again, everything's great, so I'm not just banging on negative. I think it looks fantastic, but we need to adjust it because we have a lot of content, and unfortunately right now this content space doesn't give us a lot of room to put words. I've got a 10-page in Word document right now that needs to be translated into this, and that'll turn into something like 20 pages. That's going to be way too much for someone to read. So we'll talk about ways we can save some space and get more words on these pages. Number one, I think it'll be we can make this header smaller, significantly smaller. It'd be nice if we could just have it half the size it is now. That might be too aggressive, but let's see what we can do to make that smaller. Side issue here, if someone prints this document, right now I know we've got a full bleed design and that's fine, but I want to make sure that we try printing it and make sure that none of these graphic elements are going to be cut off if someone does print it. So at least that they're just above enough so that it could survive with a white border around it and look decent. Okay, other space saving issues here. I'm not sure what this font size is, but I wonder if we could make it smaller. How small can we go and still have it be effective? And I don't know if there's any more room that we can get over here. This might be a little large. I can send you an Aberdeen white paper that looks terrible, but it at least has this a little smaller. So I'd like to see what we can do to squeeze this without sacrificing quality of how it looks. So this call out area, I like it, except for this arrow. I can't necessarily predict where in the content stream this will show up, so this might be pointing to something that might not have anything to do with the content in it whatsoever. So I'd like to see if there's another way we could make it a little more generic so that it could be up here but apply anywhere here. Let's see here. We talked about the H1, H2, and H3. I'm going to send you this document as well. And that looks pretty good. Yeah, just need to make sure we've got all that in order. And I'd like to have another one of these page designs without this right section. So it's just a general header and content area page, because I might decide it's easier just to throw in a page with the column and followed by without the column, one with the column, just to change it up a little bit. And the last page where I have references, that one certainly will probably need to be without this right-hand column here. So I hope all that makes sense. Please call me if you have any questions. Thanks.